Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Today, we're talking about Island Adventures, aka Shipwrecked. For those of you who don't know, Shipwrecked was an actual expansion or a DLC for Don't Starve, the original single-player game. The creators of Island Adventures have teamed up and basically made it so you can play Shipwrecked multiplayer for free. So yeah, if you've ever wanted to play Shipwrecked and you said, but I really want my friend to join in too, I don't want to play solo, well, they made it so you can. Now, there have been other mods in the past, and of course, they have done a good job at it, but I think the creators of Island Adventures have pushed it even further by making sure that all the bugs have been completely taken out. Recently, last year, I believe, might have been a little bit later than that, they actually completed the game in full, making sure that every little tiny detail and little tiny thing from Shipwrecked was added into Island Adventures. So just by going to the Steam Workshop, if you're not familiar with it, I've made plenty of videos on YouTube where you can type in All Fun and Games, like Steam Workshop, where I showcase how to install mods. I will showcase it again in the future, so if you ever want to watch me play Shipwrecked multiplayer, you're more than welcome to, as I always go back to it on stream periodically on Twitch TV. But this video is basically showcasing the mod and talking a little bit about it, kind of a little bit more into detail. Recently, they hit 4,000 5-star reviews on the workshop because tons of people have been playing it and enjoying it. And stay tuned for the next video where I showcase some pretty cool stuff. So, over the years, Island Adventures have been getting better and better, and now it's hit a peak where it's basically becoming pretty much consistently updated, which is amazing because it has a great community behind it. Just recently, I think as of today, today at 2/26, they did an update. Anytime Don't Starve single player now receives an update, they seem to be pushing out some changes on Island Adventures to replicate that change, so you're pretty much playing whatever happens on Don't Starve single player Shipwrecked is going to appear in Island Adventures. So, how do you get this and how do you get it to work? All you have to do is go to the Steam Workshop on your Steam account and go and type in Don't Starve Together. When you go into the Don't Starve Together category, you just type in Island Adventures, you click subscribe, and then you click on the mod, which will then tell you it needs to be accompanied by a few other ones, which is fine. You click accept and you load into the game. When you get in, your game is going to generate like it is right now with Island Adventures, and it's going to showcase that when you actually get into the game. If you want a full-blown description on how to do that, let's go ahead and showcase it as I'm going to get into the game right now. So here we go. We go into your regular Don't Starve Together, and let's begin to start to host a game. Create a world. And we're going to choose whatever we want. It doesn't matter. Let's put a password on here and let's scroll down until we see Island Adventures. Of course, I'm going to click on Island Adventures, and as soon as I do so, we're going to go back to the forest settings, and it's going to notice that your world presets is now changed to Shipwrecked. When you scroll through here, you're going to see multiple different things for world generation that has now changed to what appears to be things what you would find under Shipwrecked. Pretty awesome. Leave blank for a random seed. What does that mean? That means if you ever have a seed from somebody else, they actually can give them to you and you'll have the exact same world generation as them. But of course, you can play around with things like biomes, islands only, mess around with it as much as you really want to. You can say, okay, no, I want it to be volcano only. I want it to be a forest. You can do all those things. Volcano island, you can disable or enable it, all that other stuff. I usually like to enable it. Things like this. You can just mess around and play with whatever you want. Then when you scroll down, it's going to tell you it has 2 mods enabled. And of course, you're going to click on generate and it's going to go through the process where it's going to bring you into Island Adventures, aka Shipwrecked. Now, the mod has been pretty much optimized to not crash, although I did recently get a crash, I think last time I played it about 8 or 9 months ago. But since then, they've released so many updates that as far as I've been told, it's pretty much foolproof. As I think there might be some way that you need to have the Island Adventures characters on here. We're going to find out when we load in, because I believe last time the characters might not have been included. So I got to double check about that because I know that last time I believe I had to download a mod called Shipwrecked Characters, and that let me play Shipwrecked characters in Island Adventures, and Wilani was there and all that stuff too. So just keep that in mind. So when we get in here, we'll be able to determine that if that's true or not. As I usually I have a Shipwrecked characters disabled because obviously I don't really play Island Adventures that often, but we'll see here in just a moment. As soon as we load in, I haven't seen this vignette in like a very long time, so it's really cool to see this again. That reminds me, I got to enable my other ones too. And yeah, so when you load in, we should be on the starter island for Island Adventures, aka for Shipwrecked, which is the little sandy main zone with a little pirate, with a little boat that's basically been capsized on the actual island, and that should be Shipwrecked. Let's see what happens. It might take a few seconds to load in. All right. Okay. So wait a minute. Okay. The characters are there. I could have sworn last time I played they weren't included. So anyways, that's pretty amazing. Okay. Let's jump in now. And here we are. Voila. Now we are playing Shipwrecked, but we're allowing people, whoever want to jump in, to be able to play alongside us. The characters are there. The colors are here. As far as I know, the color cubes are included. And everything that you've ever wanted in Shipwrecked is also included. So go out there, collect your little seashells, collect your barnacles, and have a fun time waiting for multiple things to attack you out at sea. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy yourself some Island Adventures, and give a huge shout out if you haven't had a chance to on the actual Steam Workshop, because this mod is A+ times 5,000. Stay tuned for the video right after this for something pretty amazing.